anyone who's going through shit, like raise your hand, like be proud. If you are going through some shit right now, and just look around, how it's not just you. Because that's the first thing we think. It's like, why is my life so fucked? And you're probably sitting in this crowd looking around like, everyone else is killing it, except maybe him. Everyone's killing it, except for me. You know, why does this keep happening to me? And that's something before, like when I was in Switzerland, almost daily, I'd tell myself, like, why is this happening to me? Why is life so hard for me? Why can't I pursue this? Why don't I have the discipline to pursue this? Why do I have so much resistance, so much self-hate built on that? Then I'd hate that I have self-hate built on that. It was just fucking endless. And yeah, I mean, the biggest one is like, you're not alone. The more personal, the more universal. And beyond that, one thing that really, really helped, and still to this day I remind myself every time shit doesn't go my way, is how do you know? Anyone here going through adversity, going through something bad, how do you know it's bad? That question is huge. How do you know? And then reflect on how ignorant you are. You know, because what is really like a life crisis? It's when things don't go according to your plan. How do you know what's best for you? And really reflect on how little you know about the world, the universe, about, like, we know nothing. We're so stupid. So stupid. And really sit with that, like, holy shit, you're right, I'm so stupid. How the fuck do I know what's good for me or not? Well, because I read it in a book. You know? Well, how the fuck does that person know what's good for you or not? You have no idea, and we're so quick to judge shit. As soon as something like, oh, it's not going according to plan, fuck, why is this happening? Stop judging it. How do you know? And then reflect back on all those things you thought were bad for you, and how maybe in the long run they weren't. You know, a common example is, for example, like, why are you here? Probably a lot of you are here because you went through a shitty moment in life. Something happened to you, or you're just like, you know what, enough's enough. Or something just made you feel like such a pathetic little bitch that you decided to step it up. For real. You know, if things were just going all like peachy your entire life, you wouldn't be here. Like, because you went through a moment where it's like enough's enough. You just felt so pissed off, disappointed in yourself, maybe hating yourself so much, you're like, you know what, fuck this shit. Let's do something about it. Now, you could think, why did that thing happen to me? Or why did I feel so sorry for myself? Why was my life sucking so much? But because of that, here you are, on this whole new journey, a new path in life. If I didn't have such a shitty, you know, childhood, growing up feeling like stifled, like shy, miserable, stuck, I wouldn't be here. Say you lose your job. That's so bad, is it? Say you get fired today, you'd probably fucking freak out. Like, you get a call right now during this seminar, you're fired. No job. Would anyone be happy? No, probably not. You'd probably be like, oh, fuck. How do you know that's bad? Why are you freaking out? Maybe you'll find a better job and you'll be so happy because if you didn't get fired, you'd stay stuck in this job that might not be there for you, or just stuck in a rut. Same with a relationship. You break up, you think it's bad. How do you know it's bad? How many of you met someone way better after a breakup and you're thankful for that fucking breakup? You don't know what's good for you or not. Stop judging it. And as soon as you stop judging it, shit gets way easier. Because that's what holds us back. It's like we think it's bad for us and then we resist it, and there's all the negative, like, why is this happening? The self-hate. If you're just like, fuck yeah, adversity, things go a lot smoother. And that's something I remind myself all the fucking time. It's like, you don't know what's good for you or not. Stop judging. You're on this ride that is life. Like, you're already on the fucking ride. Your seatbelt's fucking strapped in. You can resist it and judge every up and down, or just go with the flow. You're here till you die. Go with the flow of shit. You don't know what's good or not. Why not just embrace it all and just view it as contrast? You know, as you were asking with different emotions, that's what makes life interesting. It's the ups and downs. If things were going well the entire time, how boring would that be? Notice how there's so much judgment and how there's so much of your plan. It's like everything you just said, it's like, how do you know? Yeah. You know, it's like, I wanted this for me, and I wanted this, and I wanted this, and things didn't go according to my little plan. How do you know your plan was what you needed? Yeah. You don't know. You know. Again, linked to what we talked about before, you can either think that you know more. This sounds super cheesy, super woo-woo. You can think you know more than the universe, or the universe has your back. Now, fuck should I know if the universe has my back? But guess what? Life's a lot easier if you adopt that belief. You can choose to take on that belief or not. You can either resist it or go with the flow. And if you go with the flow, shit's way easier. I kid you not. So it's like, what works? I'm like, well, if I choose that the universe has my back, it's always easier. The cheesiest quote of all time, the universe has your back. Okay? But remind yourself of that. Say again, you have your plan. You're like, I want this, and I want this, and I'm building up to this, and I'm storing, and gone. You can be like, no! Or maybe the universe did it for a reason. Maybe I gained 50 pounds for a reason. Why is gaining 50 pounds bad? Why is having my plan ruined bad? How do you know it's bad? You know? And then you realize like it's all this me thinking I know what's best for me. How do you know what's best for you? You know? So that, again, won't give you the solution, but like it's the first step, like get rid of all that judgment, because that's how you nuke all the self-hate and the beating yourself up over it. Take my media scandal, same thing. I'm building this whole Success with Women brand. From one day to the next, it's like I got hit by a car. It's like I'm walking down the street, I'm like, hell yeah, let's run. Look at me run. I'm gonna teach you how to run. Gone, legs flying the fuck off. I'm like, whoa. Like that literally was how it felt. Like I'm like, I have my whole life vision like planned out. Right before the media scandal, I had my whole life planned out. You asked me like, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna do this, all these projects, teaching you how to run. I'm like, this is how you optimize your fucking legs, man. You're gonna be sprinting like crazy. Car drives by, no more legs. So that happened. All those plans, the running shit, done. No more legs. This is where I'm at. Now you can spend the rest of your life reminiscing on the past, thinking about the past, what could have been, etc., beating yourself up. And that was like an easy one to go to. It's like, if only I hadn't done that. But with mistakes, this is huge, realize that you always do what you think is best for you at that moment in time with the information you had. None of you will, in the moment, be like, let's make a mistake. No one's like, let's fuck yeah, but no. A mistake is only looking back. That's how you know it's a mistake. Looking back, you're like, shit, with the information I have now in the future, I would have done things differently. But no, if I put you back in time to say that mistake, I put you back in time, the person you are, you do the same fucking thing over and over and over and over again. You wouldn't do anything different with the information you had at the time. Literally. So it's like, okay, well, that's that. I literally would have done the same thing. You put me back before the media scandal, I would have kept pushing the marketing. For sure. And I would have kept pushing it further and further and further and further. So in a way, I was actually very thankful that it happened then, because it could have been a lot worse. I'm going to trust that the universe, my parent, God, if you will, would be like, nope, you've had enough of this stuff. Enough with the running. That's why I took away your legs. Now it's time for the wheelchair life. I'm like, okay, the wheelchair flavor. And that's literally how I view it. It's like, here's a new flavor. Here's a new phase. You could even view your life like a fucking movie. It's like, here's the next scene. You've exhausted that scene. You've reached that point where it's like there's nothing to learn from that scene anymore. You won't expand from that phase of life. So here's something new, you know? And it's always extremely uncomfortable because you're kind of shoved into the unknown. It's out of your comfort zone. Again, if you won't expand, life will help you expand. And I just chose to embrace it. And this is also a huge thing when it comes to adversity. Stop focusing on whatever happened or on blame and look for the lesson. So it's not like, oh, this happened, what if? It's like, what's the lesson here? Imagine this was for your own good. What's the lesson? What can I take out of it? And there's always some kind of lesson or some kind of opening. And that's what happened for me. It's like there's an opening to everything that led to transformation mastery, which I would have totally discarded in the past. Totally. Like I was, apart from like, I was kind of like you. I was like, hustle, step it up. If nothing helped me build my brand of Success with Women or help Success with Women, I was like, fuck that shit. You know, I was actually not very self-helpy at all, by the way. I was self-helpy in terms of motivation. If you come up to me in terms of health and stuff, we're like, here's inner happiness, inner game. I'm like, literally, like, that was my view of it. Every time there was a question on inner game, I'd be like, go out more, motherfucker. What are you doing? Like, it would be like that. Health, I'm like, reading, like, it was bad, dude. So that's what kind of forced me to have that opening, and then I just went with it there. And I trusted that, like, okay, let's go in this direction. Let's explore this lesson. And as much as I hated at the time that transition, life slowly started getting exciting again because now you're in this whole new phase. You could hate yourself where it's like, I'm back to ground zero, or hell yeah, I'm back to ground zero. It's like you're playing a video game, you've mastered it all, and now they're like, nope, you're back to level 1. You're like, no! Or, holy shit, here's the excitement of level 1 again. Or if you've seen a movie, are there movies you saw like, that was amazing? I wish I could see it again having not seen it. Limitless. Yeah? Yeah, it's like one of those movies like, imagine right now I erased it from your mind and you could see it for the first time again. You'd be fucking psyched. Versus, no, I have to watch it again. Find the excitement that you are back to ground zero, but in a new area, you know? And you kind of exhausted the paradigm of like hustle, hustle, hustle. Like you got that. You grew from that. Like, yeah, it got you from there to there, but it's not what's going to get you to the finish line. So here you are in this new phase and you can resist trying to go back, or let's see what up. This is Julien, and welcome to Transformation Mastery.
It was fucking amazing.
This was huge for me. This was so important.
This gave me by far the greatest epiphanies I've ever had.
It just made me finally confront my deepest fears.
And we got like real deep, and I found some issues within myself.
One of the best things I've seen so far in my life.
What you're about to experience going through this program is what completely changed my life on every single level, okay? Be it health, wealth, relationships, higher purpose, you name it. This is the stuff that finally produced that true, long-lasting personal transformation we're all after.